This is a guide for the functions available in the Administration module in My Occ Health Record. The Administration module is where you set up the structure of your company, which then becomes the foundation upon which all other modules are built. This includes creating organisation units, software users, setting the various roles and permissions, listing job types available for your workers, and creating on-site schedules. Maintaining accurate information in these sections will make the workings of all of your modules more efficient. The Dashboard tab allows you to quickly search for existing users. You can edit their settings here. We'll cover that later in the User Settings tab. Your general business details are listed here, including primary contact details, ABN, and industry. You can edit these settings by clicking the icon here. The Organisation Units tab allows you to break your company into separate units to make management and reporting easier. These may be based on physical sites, separate business divisions, or even separate areas of the same plant. Here you can also quickly see and edit which users are assigned to each unit. To create a new root unit, simply click the icon here and enter a name. You can then create additional subunits at a lower level by right-clicking and selecting Add Subunit. To assign users with access to the new site, simply click Add Member here to see a list of your available users. You can select as many as you like and add them to be able to see this site. Any users which have access and permissions to view data from this site will now have access in the software. The User Management tab will show you a list of all active users. The status icon here indicates whether they are active, pending, or locked out due to too many incorrect login attempts. If the user is pending, you can click here to resend an email invitation. You can use advanced search features to filter these roles by permissions or specific roles if you have a longer list. Let's go through adding a new user. Simply click the icon here, start typing their name. If the user is already in the system as an employee, this will find them and prevent creating duplicates. This allows you to easily upgrade an employee to a software user. When you add a new user, they'll be given a new random password and sent an email with instructions to complete their account and create a new password. Alternatively, you can set a new password for them here. You'll need to select a role for the user from those created. If you have more than one role, their privileges will be based on a combination of both. If the user requires special permissions above the additional those involved with their role, you can select them here. Lastly, you'll need to assign the user to some organisation units. Once you click Create, they'll be sent the invitation email. The Roles and Permissions tab allows you to view all existing roles that you have set up. Roles are a set of permissions which determine what a user can access in the software. There are several default system roles which cover most scenarios such as bookings, users and managers, but you can also create your own custom roles with specific permissions as well. To add a new role, simply click here, give it a title, then manually choose the permissions that the user should have access to. Creating roles is an advanced feature and is recommended you consult with your MOHR representative when utilizing it. Let's look at job types. All job types across your company should be listed here so they can be selected when creating new employees or requesting assessments. Global job types apply to your entire organization, while custom ones are specific to certain organization units. Editing a job type allows you to change the name or organization units attached. Clicking on View Documents allows you to see all the documents associated with this job type. You can select from the org units in the list and may have different documents attached to different units. When uploading a new document, simply drag your file to the section here, and you can choose whether you want the file to be applied to all organization units or specific ones. These files will be available with many features in the program, such as pre-employments and on-site treatments. Lastly, let's look at schedules. Schedules tab is where you can create on-site schedules and assign them to your in-house or external providers. You can view the details of existing schedules by clicking here. To create a new schedule, first choose the organization units that will use it. Next, give the schedule a name and select the module type. Maybe injury prevention, pre-employments, wellbeing activities, or any other modules that you have available. You can either assign the schedule to one of your in-house clinicians or an external provider, in which case you'll need to select them from the list. You set here whether it will be a one-off or recurring schedule. If you're assigning to an external provider, those are all the settings you'll need to make, and then the provider will determine the frequency and times of the schedule. If you're creating it in-house, you'll need to do this yourself. Here you can set the interval of the bookings, whether a group booking is available, how many clinical users are assigned to work the schedule. You can assign it to a specific role, such as doctor or nurse, or a specific user if you have an in-house user created. You can also determine room details and instructions which will be provided to workers attending appointments. You also need to have assessments set up to be linked to this schedule. For example, a specific type of pre-employment assessment which can be completed. You can toggle here whether employees can book their own appointments. Once the schedule is set up, it will be emailed to your provider for them to complete sessions. Completion of all the sessions is done in the relevant module. That's an overview of the administration module and the features available. Many of these features are advanced, and consultation with your MOHR representative is recommended. If you need help at any time, please click the button here and you'll be taken to our support page.